Now, season 2 of Gremlins, The Wild Batch, was sort of a surprise, especially how Max dropped 5 episodes. They currently just dropped half of it. The other half, I don't know they got dropped weekly or not. In fact, I'm more surprised that they dropped the whole half of the season because this anime series was successful. The fans were satisfied. Everybody will not stop talking about it. And yeah, I thought they could drop bi-weekly. No, this said drop the first 5 episodes. In fact, the first 5 episodes is sort of the first arc. You have 2 arcs, and I'm gonna talk about the first 5. But the first arc is all about Noggin, the smart gremlin who is actually led to Chinatown and went to America and Francisco to rule Little China. In fact, the first couple episodes just sort of set up what happened to him and his crew and when he landed in America. The other part, these are first couple episodes, is all about the team who was in China figuring out what's going on with Gizmo because Sam, L, and Grandpa worry about what's going on with Gizmo because he becoming more monstrous, that he becoming more Mogwai than being Gizmo. They don't know why. And the second part that made it interesting is the fact Elle started to have dreams about her mother, that what actually happened to her, and she actually living in America in San Francisco, but she doesn't know why and how this happening. This dream is real or fake. And you also have Sam freaking out what's going on with Gizmo. You try to understand the situation, and on top of all this, Grandpa is sort of lying to the kids that he knows what's coming down, but he doesn't want them to say anything because he have certain responsibilities that he needs to be honored, had to go back to America and actually do that responsibility. But the only problem is, we as the audience don't know why. But I have to admit, this season 2.5 here was really good. The first arc was incredible, especially if you love season 1, but you like me, you just don't like the ending because the ending kind of rushed it. But besides that, the gore, the violence, the sort of this is for kids, but animals and creatures and people getting ripped to pieces, and that's okay because this how was the original. It's kind of disturbing, but it's fine. But besides that, before even breaking down about these 5 episodes, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, like to help my channel, pull like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that cool. If you do, thank you. Because of you, I'm getting close to my mid goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I'm getting close every single day because of people like you, who people who like, comment, and share. Thank you. Now let's get started off. You could say my first impression of half a season 2. Let's get started. Now what we're gonna do is each episode I'm sort of breaking down what sort of happens in my opinion. The first episode is basically Gizmo going crazy on his sleep, becoming more gremlin that actually did not transform. That worries the whole group, especially Sam, because he doesn't know what's going on. He's trying to understand and find clues, but her parents doesn't allow him because they thought no more adventures. We're done. We having a normal life. Once again, just adopted another child, like Elle becoming part of the family. But the only problem is they're leaving clues, especially with Gizmo trying to leave, but Gizmo doesn't know why he's doing this. He blanks out, and that's the thing that everybody's freaking out. What going on with Gizmo? Be note, they not really fully explain it because this little tidbit is sort of maybe continuing on the rest of the second arc or episode 6 to episode 7, not yet released, but we get there when they drop the next 5 episodes. But interesting enough, the second part was so interesting of the first episode is sort of Elle having dreams about his mother that she may be still alive because you don't remember season 1, Elle's mom and father sort of died. I mean died. They hold on a sort of balloon and flew off to escape, but the only problem is they could not get off. If they do, they die. So it's almost impossible they still be alive. And Elle is just sort of struggling with it. what to do. Yeah, believe me, I kind of understand it because whatever you do, you don't know are they dead or alive. Even that is connecting to her own death because season one, she kind of technically died for a few seconds to come back to life. And that's the thing, she is really confused. And also, you have another question: how did they go to back to America? Because they find out one more gremlin still alive. That'd be Noggin. Noggin, if you remember, it's a smart gremlin. He's the only one who's smart enough to survive and not get caught and burned alive. And he sort of went to the ship and traveled straight to America, redo his own life. And I thought that just interesting because Noggin was a really interesting villain because he just wanted to be accepted as an equal, as a human, because he's a talented, lonely, but he craves respect. He craves someone equal and talented as him. And I found that very interesting because the second episode, they do follow that up. What happened to him? He went to San Francisco, get off the ship, found Chinatown, and decided to, you know what, I'm going inside the triad, become my own man, my own thing. But the only problem is no one will accept him except the boss who runs Chinatown. And he said, you know what, kid, I like you, you look funny, oh, that's okay. Let me show you the rules, the path of the triad. And Noggin liked that. In fact, he really liked it so much, he want to be boss like Noggin. But the only problem is his pack or the group he traveled with don't really trust him. And that itself is sort of kind of relatable because Noggin just wanted respect. He wanted to be accepted. But the only problem is his his people are idiots. They just want to have a good time, never talk to them. Even if you do talk to them, he feels disrespected. Even that he craves maybe human race would respect them, they don't either. This is the reason why he really likes the idea of becoming a triad, becoming at least the leader of the whole pack nowadays, to get respect by fear. But the only problem is, when the boss died, he leaves the whole charge of the triad to Noggin. The rest of the crews did not like that. The fact they kind of asked him, they trying to tempt him, or at least not realize how to kill a Mogwai the proper way, instead of drowning him. Because when they drowned him, you just made more of him more powerful. Now he controlled in Chinatown. And that I just found fascinating because he still earns respect because he tries so hard to convince Gizmo to be his right-hand man, to be his equal. He knows Gizmo is very smart. He knows he's clever. He's the only one who may understand him. And you feel for him because he do feel like the people do not accept him, or his own kin will not accept him because how different he really is. He doesn't fit any specific group. He's just so different and unique. And that sort of kind of kills him. This is the reason why he became the triad leader. He wanted that respect, that understanding, that need to be understood. And I found that sort of fascinating. Even that he was a true gangster, he ripped and killed all the one who portrayed him brutally. Because this season 2 did not disappoint. They rip apart everything. Of course, the other episodes go down even more interesting because between 1, 2, and 3, Sam and Elle, they're trying to figure out how to cross the sea to China, to America. They have to sort of basically find a different way because once more, they're kids, they don't have the money, and their parents won't let them because they want normal lives. So Grandpa realized, well, there's another way. They can use the spiritual realm to actually have access to teleport them to point A to point B to make it easier. But the only problem is, Grandpa has a secret that he cannot go to America because he has responsibility to accomplish. If he goes there, he had to keep his word. We don't know what. So he tries all he can to drag himself or separate with the group and let the kids do the job. He just hang back in China till his daughter and his son-in-law realize what's going on and drag him to America. Even he tries everything he can to mess up the trip to get there, but you feel something he must do, but he doesn't want to. Once more, it's a mystery required answer on the next 5 episodes. But other than that, this is the fun part. They went more darker in this one because when Elle and Sam go back to America the first time, they landed in Alcatraz. They sort of got teleported the most dangerous place ever, but it made it super interesting and different because Alcatraz, this version of it, is basically a sort of cursed island, in other words. That you stuck there forever if you land there, especially if you die. So Sam, L, trying to figure out how to get out, but they also meet someone brand new, Chan. Chan is sort of an inmate who was sort of unfortunately caught because he was smuggling things. But the only problem is, Chan is sort of a talker. He will convince you. He will sell you stuff that you don't need, but he has a charm and wit to convince you, trick you, and follow his lead. And that's why it made him kind of dangerous, a little bit, because at the very end, you become the guide with the kids when they help him up to escape the Alcatraz, but you realize the reason he's sort of thuggish is because he is the original son of the triad leader who passed away, who gave all the power to Noggin. Now, Chan wants vengeance, revenge, and the power back, but also kind of tricking the kids like, yeah, sure, let's do this. Let's figure out to defeat this new evil villain. But the kids are smart. They realize what's going on. And make this more interesting is Chan, he's kind of foolish. He's full himself, but only see one side of the situation because his father, the boss man, did not trust him from the power. Even the people who live in small China don't trust Chan because he is the opportunist. He's sort of a grateful SOB will help you, but you get 10% or 50%. This is sort of kind of changed his world, then people are starting to point that specific things about him, realizing, understanding what his father never given the power, or Chinatown respects him. And that's just sort of interesting because this new character was fascinating. Also Noggin, also the kids figuring out what to do, especially Ellie. They think they didn't know what to do with her, finding out her mother does exist and live in San Francisco, especially this building. And this building, she's just hiding there. You don't know why. When you finally met her, what's going on? You're kind of surprised because she's not fully there. She's basically a water spirit. Basically, she made a deal with water creatures that if you want to die, you die. If you want to survive, you have to serve the water god the rest of your life. And this is the only way she get out of death. And she agreed. This is the reason why she can travel into dreams to convince her daughter to save her and get rid of the deal. But the interesting part is Ellie doesn't trust her. It's her mom. She's the one who kind of trained her to be a liar, a thief, and she knows she was used to. You know, like that sort of complicated relationship that she doesn't know how to do it or what to do. In the conclusion of this 5 episode, I have to say this was awesome, especially the animation. The animation, they have more fun playing with the art style. Their moments just 2D and CGI well blended. Other times they have to rely on 2D than CGI. They only did it once in the side the source, but that more really stand out the art style, making it looking more great. And that's sort of the surprising part. But other than that, this whole thing was amazing. It lived up expectation of season one. It really did pull it off. I think the only problem is I wish they added one more episode to just polish a little bit more time of some of the characters. You could do notice they need a little more time to focus on one specific character like Noggin or Gizmo or Ellie or even Sam. But other than that, that's just minor complaints because this was completely great. I highly recommend it. The only complaint is I kind of wish they added a little bit more time of development of few characters, and that's it. I don't know you. Do you like season 2? You like the first 5 episodes? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.